Hello darlings, how the devil are we? So, as some of you may have heard, there was a story or rumour going around that basically EA had signed a contract with this company called Player One. And if you don't know who Player One are, they're basically a company that specialise in putting adverts inside of games, specifically the mobile platform. Anyway, there wasn't too much that really took my fancy in terms of this story, but it has gone full circle, and I thought, well, we may as well find the full story, what's happened, give you all the details, and then you can tell your friends in bits and pieces. Anyway, let's start at the beginning. So once upon a time, there was a site called Axios, and they did a report on this site called Player One, which we previously mentioned. So to repeat again, Player One are basically this platform that allow you to run big old fat ads inside of games, more specifically targeting young demographics. And basically how it works is that so that you don't feel like you're just getting slapped with an advert for nothing, if you watch this, then you get an in-game perk, for example. But I tell you what, you really do earn it because these adverts are 15 to 30 seconds long each. Now, part of this, they also mentioned all the big companies that were signing up to this deal. And two of these big old names were one EA and the other one was Tencent's owned Hi-Res Studios. Now, for those who are a little bit more interested in the tech side, before we go back into the whole EA part of it, basically, it uses this tech stack from Simul Media's, and then as a dev, you get to then choose where you want to put your ads in. And there's this ad server that runs in the background, and basically, when you, on the client, have watched the ad, it sends a notification to the server, and then the server will respond with your update saying, yeah, you can have this skin, etc. Now, what I found bonkers about this is apparently Simul Media, they're a company basically, usually they look at ad spots for bigger companies on TV, but they basically did a study on players and like whether or not they would watch adverts. And they said that people are willing to watch up to 10 ads per day to unlock free perks in their game. Now, I know we're going on a bit of a tangent here, and we will get back to the EA stuff, but I find this completely bonkers. Like, as someone who doesn't have that much time to sit back and play video games, the thought of my limited time being bombarded with ads is bonkers to me. I just want to play games uninterrupted. And who on earth did they do a study of to know that they would be willing to watch 10 adverts in a day? I don't even watch enough TV to see 10 adverts in a day. I mean, part of the reason I back big services like Netflix, etc., is because I don't get to have to watch adverts. The only adverts I watch are the ones at the end of a series, or I watch pre a series just to see if it's any good or not. Now, I couldn't find any kind of sample data or the studies that they did on this, so if you know more about this than I, which is probably likely, I'd love to have a discussion on this, so drop it in the comments and get back to me. Anyway, going back to EA, so yeah, everyone started going off and panicking, and people were presuming that they're going to stick adverts in FIFA and Battlefield, and every game is going to end with a trailer, and it's just going to be an absolute miserable experience. And to be honest, it's not really that stretch of a reality. You can imagine, I just finished my episode of Battlefront 2, oh yeah, I'm going to go into a new game. Oh god, it's the Disney advert showcasing another series that they're going to release. But thankfully, I have wonderful good news on this because EA basically turned around and put the brakes on this, and they stated, following incorrect reports suggesting that we are looking to introduce TV-style commercials into our games, we want to clarify that in-game advertising for consoles is not something we're currently looking at or have signed or any agreements to implement. And then a lovely spokesman came out and said, creating the best possible player experience remains our priority focus. So I do just want to clarify the words at the moment. Those are the ones that glaringly stood at me. But from what they've said, and if I look at this from an optimist point of view, it's good to see that they still have kind of like the gamer experience at heart. I couldn't think of anything worse for them to stick in advertising. And with like Magic Legends being an example, there are so many predatory kind of moves to try and get people to spend money, or I would say almost unnecessarily, or just milking the cow at every direction. This would just feel like it's just, oh, come on, guys, where does it end? Oh, by the way, before you log into the game, could you just watch this quick trailer? And anyone who's played in the mobile gaming space knows how much of a miserable experience that is as well. Every, 2 games or so, you'll be kind of met with this most obnoxious advert that just kind of screams out at you unnecessarily. And the thing that scares me the most about this is it's like, even if EA were to do this and set the precedent, and they put it in that wasn't that obnoxious and kind of like we grumble about it and then just get on with it, it will be the trickle down effect from there that is the worst bit. And this will be the absorption of the middle tier studios and the indie studios, and there will be lots of half-assed implementations of this, or they'll be used to some sort of like globally obnoxious API, and it'll just be a real detriment to the system. And I mean, look at every semi-sensible game that comes out. They've got a battle pass in them, and 9 times out of 10, they aren't really all that good. And it's just like, it gets that sinking feeling of like, oh look, there's another battle pass and more stuff that I got to pay for. And it's just like, ugh. And that's not to say that it can't be good if it's implemented well, but it's just more often than not, it's a bit rubbish. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the EA story. I can confirm though, Hi-Rez are going for a deal with these guys. So if you've played Smite, good luck with that one. You'll be experiencing some in-game adverts relatively soon, I believe. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw it in other games like Realm Royale and Paladins and Rogue Company. I'd like to say Tribes as well, but hey, they managed to murder that one, so no go there. Anyway, that's all for now. Thanks for listening. If there are any stories you would like me to cover, please do drop me a message. I'd love to hear from you. But more importantly, please be safe, be healthy, and I'll be back with more news soon.